Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of context setting, talking about OER and make sure that we're all on the same page. I've got a little poll. Then we'll do a little bit of a product walkthrough and end with some open question and answer, hopefully, if I have answers. So, looking at open education and education initiatives are very young. Yeah, in fact, if they were our children, and often they do feel like they are our children, they wouldn't be in high school yet. Let alone in post-secondary. So it's really over the last 15 years that we've seen open education initiatives take off across North America, and for that matter, across the world. We get an awful lot of users. From other continents. Australasia has become a big user of Pressbooks, and there is an awful lot more interest in open education and open pedagogy around the world. So, what is Pressbooks? Some of you may know, some of you may not. Pressbooks is a user-friendly publishing platform that users create, share, and adapt interactive digital books. So we're built on WordPress, which is a very easy platform to manage content in, and we've adapted the WordPress um, software so that we can show and easily export multiple different formats. So show a web book to a user is very easy for authors to get content into Pressbooks and then move that content from a web book to a PDF or an EPUB. What do people do and what do they create with Pressbooks? So we have a number of users that will create multiple different accessible interactive digital books. And when I say accessible and interactive, Pressbooks is an interactive platform. So you can build interactive activities, you can put video, you can include audio files. And you can also have an H5P hub embedded within a network. So H5P activities can be designed and distributed and used with students and as up to being used within an LMS if you have a Pressbooks network. So many authors and organizations use Pressbooks to create open educational resources. So I'm just going to flip over right now to the Pressbooks directory just to show you at the Pressbooks directory. It's pressbooks.directory. It's a free and searchable catalog that includes almost 8,000 open access books. So when I say open access books, and you can also see that it's published by 196 different organizations and networks that are using Pressbooks. So when I say open access, every book that you find in the Pressbooks directory is going to be openly available, public. There won't be any restrictions to reading or using any of these books within a class if you choose. You can see here that each book will have a book card within the directory that includes the cover of the book. It includes information about which network, which Pressbooks network the material was published to, the title of the book, the license information. So you can see here that this is CC BY, non-commercial, share alike. There's 137 different H5P activities embedded throughout the text and a word count and other metadata on each book. You can see here from the license information that there are some all rights reserved material that are found on the Pressbooks directory, but they are still open access. So they are openly available, although they are all rights reserved, so they don't include a Creative Commons license. But the majority of material that's found on the Pressbooks directory is CC BY or CC BY non-commercial. Those are the two biggest categories for licenses. But most of the material uses a Creative Commons license. So you can adapt any of the material that you find on Pressbooks directory that has a Creative Commons license or an applicable Creative Commons license, that is. So going back to my slides here. So when organizations make the decision to explore and invest in open education, they embark on a path that is unique to their goals, to their community needs, the people and resources that are part of that community. Generally, they see open education as a promising path to achieve important outcomes like improving textbook affordability, creating and sharing knowledge, empowering students and faculty members, and improving student engagement and success. Hopefully at Pressbooks, we support all of those goals. So we work with hundreds of organizations at different stages of the open education journey. Informed by this work that we do, as well as some previous scholarship in the area, we have developed this, we call it the Applied Maturity Model for Open Education Initiatives. And the framework is used to recognize patterns in growth and development of a project, an organization, or a team. So the maturity models are planned tools to help us understand and navigate change and growth. We've tried to make this model very intuitive using a standard 5-stage structure. Stage 1 being the getting started stage. It's all about discovering and dabbling and building awareness in your organization and figuring out what open education is and how it works. There tends to be little formalized institutional support at this stage, and other than someone giving a green light to learn and try things out. Stage 2 is moving to building believers. So this stage focuses on finding the coalition of the curious and the willing. And as OER advocates begin building allies across the organization, this stage sees experimentation as an organization explores what directions make sense for them. Is there an appetite for creating new OER or finding and adapting existing OER? And engaging students with open pedagogy. These are questions that we find often at this stage. Figuring out how to align open education with an organization's strategic priorities is very important at this stage. So moving on to stage 3, where we formalize the foundations. You've arrived at stage 3 as you figure out what direction you want to take your initiatives. It's about defining clear goals, setting the course, and creating organizational and technical support for the changes that you want to create. And then advancing those objectives once you have them in place with the foundations in place. Stage 4 is about leveraging what you create so that your work can grow and prove the value of the investment that you've made in both the investment in people, in processes, tools, and in content. With success comes questions of what to take on, and importantly, what not to take on in order to protect what you're building. And stage 5 is the optimization of the impact. This stage is about sustaining, optimizing, and making it systemic in your processes and the productive part of your organizational priorities, planning, and operations. It's also important at this stage to reflect, how are we recognizing the impact? Where can we improve? And where are we going to next? So often we see organizations that will reach stage 5 and they might cycle back to stage 3 to revisit some of the foundations that they have in place and get in a little bit of a loop there where they're optimizing impact, then returning to take a look at the foundations. So with that in mind, I am going to just launch a poll here. So I'm going to launch this. So here's the poll that you can take. And let me proceed. So the question is, where would you place your open education initiative in this maturity model at your institution? Okay, seeing some results come in. That's great. I'm just going to check the chat, make sure that there's no questions. Awesome. Okay, we've got about two-thirds of the group have answered the poll, so I'm going to end the poll in 5 seconds. As I look right now, it looks to me that most of the group is at stage 1 or 2, with a few at a higher stage. So just end that poll, and I'm just going to share those results. As you can see, so stage 2 being the biggest stage, stage 1 and stage 2, um, most of the respondents feel that they're at those stages where they're building awareness or maybe deciding how to um, deliver on what they've been finding. And that's often the stages, and probably why you're here, where we see people begin to become interested in Pressbooks and reach out to us. So thank you very much. That helps an awful lot. Okay, let me just close that poll and return back to how do we feel that Pressbooks supports open education? So a lot of institutions and a lot of the partners that we work with consider Pressbooks to be essential infrastructure for open education initiatives. Um, Pressbooks is used to create original OERs. It's also often used to adapt and remix OER. So whether that's from another uh, platform or from an existing OER found on another Pressbooks network. And a lot of our institutions that we partner with will use Pressbooks to support Z course or Z degree curriculum. And Pressbooks, because of the platform and the ease of which users can enter content into the platform, is often used for open pedagogy because it isn't a hindrance to having students create content in the platform. Um, and there's an awful lot besides open education, but there's as many projects that are designed and implemented using Pressbooks as you can imagine. So how does digital publishing work in Pressbooks? So number one, you can, like I mentioned, it's easy to create content or to copy and adapt content within the platform. I'm going to get into the platform in a couple of seconds here, but with on the platform, once you have content that you're ready to share, you can publish and share via the desired channels. So that might be the web book. It could be distributing a book through an LMS. It might be an EPUB or other formats that you want readers to be able to download from your web book. Those are all options, and there are other options. You can move Pressbooks content easily from a Pressbooks network to other sources. And then again, with a Pressbooks directory, we hope that you can improve your discoverability by using the relevant material, relevant metadata, and that people out there will be able to find those published works. And then number four, um, what you what is built into Pressbooks is an ability to manage, monitor, and analyze the page views, the refers that you get, and an awful lot of Pressbooks partners will use this information again to report back to the people that are making the investment in Pressbooks and in the open education initiatives. So as I get a chance here, I'm just going to pop over This is our demo Pressbooks network. I wanted to quickly show you when you have a Pressbooks network. I'm in as a network manager, and I can set things like the appearance of the network, and I can create pages. But I can also view the analytics. So if I wanted to click here to view homepage analytics, so this will show me, this is just over this last month, the total number of visitors, the number of page views, real-time page views. This is our demo network. So other partners, when they look at their homepage analytics, we'll see an awful lot more refers and page views than this, but this is for a demo network over the last month, not too bad. So you can download all this information and use it to improve your analytics and your analysis. If I go into books, I'm just going to go into uh, Pressbooks book here just to show you the authoring and editing platform real quick. If I go into organize, and I can go easily into a chapter here, and you can see that in our visual editor, it's quite easy. Everything is set up, and I can go in and I can make edits easily and save them. So now that's live in the webbook. There's multiple different export formats, as I mentioned, that you can select PDF for print or digital distribution, EPUB, XML files. These are HTML files, WordPress XML files. These are all other formats that you can use to export a Pressbooks title from a webbook that we have here on the platform to other areas. You can use those formats. The PDF and the PDF for print distribution, those are optimized for each one of these file formats. And at the click of a button, you can export, and they're available to those different file formats. For the import, let me just go into the import here. You can see here, oh, let me just cancel this. This was a big import I was doing. Oh, let me go back because we don't want to show you that. So Pressbooks import, you can import content into Pressbooks from EPUB, from Word files, from other websites, or specifically the most common way that people import is from another Pressbooks title itself. So you can see, you can select, this is from another Pressbooks reader, and you can select the content that you would like to import from that website into this Pressbooks itself. And so if I go back to the My Books area, the other way that users will use Pressbooks is to adapt an existing book. So we have a cloning tool that's built into a Pressbooks network so that you can make an exact copy of a Pressbooks title on one network, and you can make a copy of it onto your network. It's easy to do, and it's easy to search here as long as the content is openly licensed. So you can input the URL of a book that you know about, or you can search the directory right from the platform here and search for open content. So you can search by author or subject area, and it'll bring up content here that you can use to clone a book. So this is another way that Pressbooks will support that open education journey and open education initiatives. So when we work with educational institutions, most often we are providing them with Pressbooks Enterprise Network, which is a dedicated digital publishing space. And they can publish and share OER and other work that they create with Pressbooks. These networks include access for your community to our user-friendly publishing platform where anyone can create original book or copy, adapt, and remix existing OER. I'll show you a little bit about what that process looks like, but our platform includes built-in tools so that you can make digital books accessible, interactive, and multimedia to make your OER content interesting and engaging for your students. Today, we work with hundreds of organizations publishing thousands of digital books every year. This is just a sampling of the organizations that work with us today. We'd be happy to connect with you and your colleagues just to learn about how they have approached their open education journey and the role Pressbooks has played in supporting them. If you have any questions, please let us know. So the top ways to get started with Pressbooks. If you want to explore further, either on your own or with help from Pressbooks, here's what we recommend. We're happy to connect you with other institutions, as I've said. We'd love to provide more information, and we can point you to communities where you ask questions and learn more. But please visit the Pressbooks directory to see what others are doing. We do have content that we've put into the libraries, and we've had a look, and we've created multiple different let me just show, sorry. Curated collections. So we have, if you're looking for material on language learning, this is a filtered search of specific language books within the directory. And then you can also search by subject or by collections specifically. So this shows you all the collections that we have available. So whether it's science, healthcare, language learning, student-led, student pedagogy projects, these are all great ideas for either content that you want to adapt or different content that you want to create. So we'll also follow up after this session with some information, and you can request a demo for your institution. If there's a group on campus that is looking further at Pressbooks, we'd love to get a chance to do a deeper dive into that, and you can email us at sales@pressbooks with any questions that come up. Like I said, talk to other Pressbooks users, and we'd like you to include Pressbooks in grant proposals that are coming forth for OER. So if there's any way that we can help with that, please let us know. If you need information about what the access provides and how long access is good for and the different multiple environments that we have, please ask us, and we'll help get you what you need so that you can submit successful grant proposals. And then you can try out Pressbooks for free. So if I go to our site, our self-publisher, you can click here to try Pressbooks for free. You can create a free account on Pressbooks Network, pressbooks.pub, and if you create a book on pressbooks.pub, it'll automatically be eligible for a 7-day free trial. So you can try the platform, you can save material, and then decide whether you want to begin or if you want to find out more. This is a great area to experiment.